Hi, I'm Nicole Alvarez, and I'm here with Houndmouth, Matt, Katie, Zach, and Shane. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so a few of you almost didn't make it here because we were supposed to do this yesterday because you were stuck in a bit of weather that you're used to.
Right. We were really close to our hometown in Louisville, Kentucky, at the airport, waiting on a connecting flight to Chicago, and it got canceled and kept getting pushed back. We were at the airport for a total of 10 hours and just didn't make it out in time.
Went back home.
So we went back home for about 6 hours, got a really good night's sleep in, and we made it here yesterday just in time to load in for the show.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are here in one piece. And I would love to know how you guys became friends and how the universe brought you together.
Well, we're all from the same town, so it's a small town, and
we have a tiny universe.
we live in a small bubble, and
more of a galaxy, if you will.
Did you guys grow up together, or did you become friends like high school, college?
Yeah, high school and right after high school.
Yeah, there's like 4 high schools in our town, and we all went to them separate. We covered all the high schools in our hometown.
Right.
I've been to Kentucky, so I know like that whole area and how small it is. I went to the Derby a couple of years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's where I learned to drink bourbon.
Did you win any money?
Congratulations.
I didn't bet any money because I was like 72 mint juleps in, and I totally even forgot that was a thing you can do.
Yeah, we call that, when you go to the Derby, we call that bet in the bar, and you always win.
Did you see the $1,000 mint julep they had?
No.
They sell mint julep for $1,000. They put it in a gold cup, and like they have ice from Alaska and mint from some exotic place.
Ecuador.
Well, do you
Yeah.
think those things are tasty though? Those mint juleps?
I do.
It's
I
all
love it.
sugar.
That's simple syrup.
Pure
I don't like
sugar.
them. I do the lily, the Oaks Day drink.
I did mint julep because when in Rome. However, I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
It did the job though.
Right.
Because I remember some of it.
That crushed ice they put in there, it's like, that's just so fantastic.
It's
I
like
didn't get the
Frisch's
Alaskan
ice.
ice. I didn't get the $1,000 one.
No, where do they have the $1,000 one?
I don't know.
Is that where
I don't
the
know.
rich people are?
Millionaire's Row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Millionaire's Row. It has to be. So the first time you guys got together in a practice space and actually played music for one another, did your sound come together right away, or did it take a while to craft?
We had we all had separate songs written, so we just played them and kind of made it work. With the instruments we had, we didn't really have good instruments at the time, so we kind of felt good about it from the
we
beginning.
felt good about it. Yeah.
Well, we'd all played, Matt and I played before, and then Matt and Katie had played before, and then Shano. We hadn't really played with Shano, so it was really, he's really he's the glue, brought us all together.
The quiet one over there?
But
quiet one.
I'd say like
He's the
after that
mysterious
first
one.
practice though, like we knew we were making the music that we wanted to be making, but we didn't really know that we would be doing it like as a career. We just liked it as music.
And look how it turned out.
Yeah.
Okay,
now we're
let's
hanging out in a parking lot.
See, we rolled out the best for you guys.
This is
what we
awesome.
do. So let's talk about South by Southwest 2012, which was a big show for you guys.
Right. Well, we were actually informed not to go down there and play because we didn't have anything lined up, and we just got together collectively amongst ourselves and said, you know what, screw it, we're going to go down, just because we were dying to play shows at that point. And so the guy who's our booking agent now scrambled to get some shows together for us on the way back home, and it all worked out really well. We played a show, and Jeff Travis from Rough Trade was there to catch the show, and one thing led to another. We got to talking, and it was
So
amazing.
Rough Trade is home to like Arcade Fire, The Strokes, Alabama Shakes. That's a big deal, and I know that he wanted to sign you right away, but when you got off stage, what was like the first thing that he said to you when you actually spoke to him?
We actually didn't see him the first time that he saw us play. He left, and
He actually left his seminar he was giving to come see us, but then missed the show, right?
No, he was at Bruce Springsteen's
Keynote speech
there. So
Oh,
he
Bruce.
left that early, missed that, and tried to get down and catch our second set. Missed our second set completely, and then we just talked afterwards. So he just had a sweaty time walking around, it sounded like.
It's super sweaty down there
Yeah.
too. So a lot of your songs have characters, like there's a Vivian, there's a Jennifer, there's a Capone, there's a Leon. Are these people that you guys personally know? Is it based on personal experience?
This record was, we'd always like search for the characters, like the imperfect people, or like the gothic side of America, and we didn't realize it, but the characters we wanted to write about were right in front of us the whole time. So yeah, it's kind of like based in metaphor and stuff, people we know.
True or false, would you say that constantly being on the road lends itself to always having material? To always having something to write about?
Yeah, I mean, the more you see, the more you're going to take in all the time. You just got to kind of be an open vessel for it.
There's just no time to write when you're on the road all the time.
Yeah.
The road's more like you see stuff and you jot stuff down, and then when you get time to write.
Those notes.
Yep.
Let's talk about my other favorite subject, beer.
All right.
You're the one. He's the one that's
All
like,
right,
oh,
I'm shaking
yeah.
I'm already excited about it.
So
yeah.
I think a life goal for everybody is to have their own beer. And I know that this is something you guys can check off the list. Talk to me about the Houndmouth beer.
Yes, a guy named Roger Baylor from New Albany. He does there's been this great pizza beer joint called Richo's and Sports Time Pizza. And I'd been going there forever. When my dad went back to college, he'd always take me there when I was a little guy. And we ended up talking to him. He opened like a new brewery and started brewing his own stuff. And we went over there to shoot a video, like in where the beer tanks were. And we're like kind of mentioned in passing that we'd like to do a beer together with him. And we made it happen.
So how does one get their hands on this beer?
I have no idea.
It's right now it's just served locally.
And regionally, I think. Like,
yeah, there's a few places,
Okay.
but not too far. I think it goes up to Indianapolis, as far north as it
gets
goes.
out of the state.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So we've got some traveling to do. Check.
Yeah.
Got it. Video recently surfaced of you guys playing at Bonnaroo, and there is one part that you guys are playing Sedona, and the entire crowd or tent starts singing back to you. Do you remember the first show you played where people, like a huge crowd of people, sang your words back to you, and how did that feel? I got goosebumps personally.
Yeah, I mean, we started getting a lot of radio play for this tune, that's the first time we've experienced this kind of recognition, and so I guess it was like the first tour after the radio play started happening, and during those pauses, the crowd would always come in for that part, which was really awesome.
So we're playing Sedona, and the reaction is amazing. People fall in love with it right away. Let's talk about Sedona. Where were you the first time you heard it on the radio, or how'd you find out that it was going to get played at all?
I don't think I've heard it on the radio.
What?
I heard it on
You
at
guys.
home at
Sounds
the AAA station in Louisville.
I've heard it.
Yeah, we've heard the song a couple
No,
times.
but I mean on the radio. It sounds even better.
I know.
It's so different than everything else it's kind of played with. Okay, so you haven't heard it on the radio. Maybe we can get it on for you while you're on your way to
Hey,
LAX.
that would be cool.
Nice.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome. What is Sedona about? Because I know you name check California a bunch, and I want to know, what it's about.
Yeah, I guess they used to do a lot of Western films in Sedona, Arizona, and it was like a booming film town for a while, and then it kind of dispersed and everybody went back to LA, so it was kind of like the little Hollywood, and then everybody went back to Hollywood.
Okay.
Literally.
I got one more question. If I were to hand somebody a Houndmouth album, somebody that's never heard you before, what would you say is the best place for them to listen to it?
I don't know.
I think just driving. I mean, I've heard that before. I mean,
Road trip.
Road trip music. I've
Road
heard
trip to
that
the desert
on the
for me.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, road trip to the desert.
I've always been a
Here,
fan of
here.
just sitting in front of the record player and just trying to zone out, not have to worry about anything else. Like driving, I feel like I'm always worried about other things, like not killing myself on the road and whatnot. But I think that if just sitting in front of the record player and
That's
actually diving
interesting.
into it.
Because I think a lot of people will say that music sounds the best in their car. It's when you have like the most, like, I guess, personal time with it. But yeah, road trip, sitting in front of a record player, it's all good. Thank you guys again for stopping by, and I'm really happy that you're getting the recognition you deserve. Continued
Thank you.
success. We got to get you to LAX. Ladies and gentlemen, Houndmouth.